inductance of three-phase lines and single-phase line. Okay, and for three-phase line, if the conductors are symmetrically spaced or asymmetrically spaced, both for that. Today we shall learn how to find inductance if for double circuit line. Double circuit line means per phase two conductor will learn. Why? Because sometimes power may be high, so one conductor may not be sufficient to supply the current. So in that case, two conductor per phase or per path may be required. So this is the example of single phase double circuit line. I think all of you have my phone number. When I am teaching something on PPT, then I cannot see the screen. So if I get disconnected, then you call me over phone. Otherwise, I do not understand. Anyway, so single phase double circuit line means, say in phase, each phase, say A is the forward path, B is the return path. So in A, in the forward path, there are two conductors instead of one, A1 and A2. And similarly, in return path, B1 and B2. But that is not mandatory. The number of conductor in forward path should be equal to number of conductor in return path. They may be same, they may not be same. Why it is required? Say if the total current is I, then if the conductors are identical, then this current will be divided into two parts, I1 and I2, and I1 and I2 will be same. So actually the thermal stress I square RT on the conductor will be less. So it may be it may be required sometimes when the conductor of required rating for the required power transfer may not be available. So we can opt for double circuit line. So what is the feature of double circuit line? Current, the summation of current through them will be equal to total phase current or the of that current of that particular path, because for single phase line there is no question of phase. At the same time, voltage across the terminal of the conductors will be equal. So whatever voltage across the terminal of conductor A1, that will be the voltage across the terminal of conductor A2, because to transfer same powers power through the same line, that means same path, same direction, their potential difference should be same. So their the criteria is their voltage across them should be equal, and current through them, summation of current through them will be equal to total line current or phase current. Please come in time. So here you have understood how to find use the GMR. Okay, GMD means the mutual distances among the conductors. So for this conductor A1, GMD will be summation of a product of all mutual distances. That means A1 B1 and A1 B2. Similarly for A2, there are two mutual distances, A2 B1 and A2 B2. So total four mutual distances for the conductor A. So GMD will be fourth root of all those product of all those mutual distances. You go to the theory and find out the inductance by yourself using GMD GMR approach or flux simple linkage approach, whatever you can. Okay, but you should do it yourself. You can do it. Now, if there be if you want to find out inductance of double circuit line, then obviously there is a question of position. Now, double circuit lines means each per phase there will be two conductors, double. So, double circuit line means per phase two conductors. So, for three phase there will be six conductors. Then how they will be spaced? Now they may be spaced say symmetrically. If they are symmetrically spaced, then six conductors should be placed at the vertices of a regular hexagon, right? And to make the current balance or flux balance, the conductor of same phase are placed at the vertically opposite position. That means if A is here, then A dash should be at vertically opposite position, not any other at any other position. Similarly, say B is here, then B dash will be here. Similarly, if C here, C dash will be at the vertically opposite position. Please come in time in class. Then, so if we want to find out inductance of any line, any system, what is the formula? Formula was 0.2 ln dm by ds, right? Dm is the geometric. If we write d 0.2, that means it is millihenry per kilometer. I have discussed this thing in last class. And if it is three phase line, then millihenry per phase per kilometer, in that way. Then if we want to use that GMD GMR approach, now you see that that inductance we may calculate directly using GMD GMR formula, or we may start from the expression of flux linkage and we can use the formula L equal to psi by I, that is from the basic equations. Both we can do. So I shall here I am I am using GMD GMR approach. Same thing you can do using the flux linkage formula. You must practice in this way. Okay, all the expression I have derived maybe in one method, you try to derive in the other method. Then GMR, say for phase A, what will be GMR? GMR means R means radius, so self distances. So in each conductor, how many subconductors are there in phase A and A dash. So how many self distances are there? One is AA or R dash, another is A to A dash, so DAA dash. Similarly, A dash to A, then so A dash to A and DA dash A dash. Have you understood this? Have you understood this line?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are four distances. So if you want to find out geometric mean, we should take fourth root. So that is to the power 1/4. Now we just put the value. Then it is R dash, D A dash is D. D is the each side of the area of the hexagon, or the distance between two consecutive conductor. And D A dash A again today, and it is R dash. So we can find out GMR. Now, if we want to find out mutual distances, so in each phase of A, in phase A, there are two conductors, and so remaining four conductors will produce mutual distances. So for conductor subconductor A, there are four other conductors, so there will be four mutual distances. Similarly, for A dash, there will be four other conductors, so four mutual distances. So from phase A, from the subconductors in phase A, there will be total eight mutual distances. So it will be 1 by 8. You can do in this way. Otherwise, what you can do, you have no need to calculate all those distances. You just first write what are the mutual distances for the subconductor A. So subconductor A distance up to phase B. So in phase B there are two conductors B, B dash. So DAB, DAB dash. Yes, that is over. Then in there is another conductor AC. So DAC, D A dash C dash. In that way you can write. Or how I generally practice that I find out all the mutual distances for phase B. So for phase B, A, B and A, B dash. Similarly, A dash B and A dash B dash. So there are four distances. Similarly, from A to phase C, A to C dash, A to C. Similarly, A dash to C and A dash to C dash. So if you write the distances, then you can count how many distances are there. Then it is 88, you make it 1 by 8. Because geometric mean means the root will be 1 upon the number of distances. So now you put the values and you can get it, right? Now you just put the formula. Then it will be LA will be 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 7 ln dm by ds. You can use that formula also. So inductance, this is the inductance of the phase A, because when we use GMD GMR formula, if you have gone through last class, in GMD GMR formula, it gives total conductor of the total inductance of that conductor, not the subconductor. If you can remember, there was P number of subconductors in the conductor. So we have made the average La by P. But when we use the geometric mean radius formula or geometric mean distance formula, that combination, parallel combination, is already included in the formula. That's why the term mean has come, geometric mean, 1 by P, 1 by P square, 1 by PQ, like that. So when we are using this formula, then we are not finding out inductance of subconductor A, that means conductor small a. Actually, we are finding out inductance of the total system, that means of the system A dash, that means of phase A. So when you are using this equation, that means we are getting inductance of phase A. Now if we want to find out inductance of each subconductor, they are inductance per conductor in each phase, then each conductor are in parallel. So this is the parallel combination. So what will be the actual inductance? This actual inductance will be twice of this, because LA parallel LA is equal to LA dash equal to L capital A. So LA by 2 is equal to LA. So from there we can get L small a equal to twice L capital A. Now, if you start from flux linkage approach, then you will get L small a, because in case of flux linkage approach, we start from the conductor, one conductor at a time. Okay, it cannot identify how many conductors, how many subconductors are within a conductor. Okay, or one subconductor at a time. So from there you have to make the series parallel combination. But if you use GMD-GMR approach, you automatically get the total inductance. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
So you must remember, when you approach with flux linkage equation, then you must do finally the combination, whether it is series or parallel, you thinking in mind, and they make that combination. And if you are using GMD GMR approach, then it will be automatically included in the expression. So you will get total inductance of the system or total inductance per phase. And one thing I must mention, in case of single phase line, in single phase line, you will get, when you use GMT GMR approach, you will get total inductance at a time, right? In that way. So now let us go for inductance of three-phase double circuit line with unsymmetrical spacing, asymmetrical spacing. Then what will happen? If the placings are asymmetrical, then obviously they are generally not as the at the vertices of a regular hexagon. So this may be a possible spacing of conductor. Okay. So what is the convention? At first you place the conductor, then other conductor, another subconductor in that phase will be at vertically opposite position. So if A is here, then A dash should be at vertically opposite position, diagonal condition. So here. Then B will be at the diametrically opposite position here. C dash will be at diametrically opposite condition. So after one third length of the total length, then the position should be changed to balance the flux. So A will occupy the position of B, B will occupy the position of C, and C will occupy the position of A. But if this side is transposed, the ABC is transposed, then conductor A dash, B dash, C dash will be placed following the diametrically opposite position. That means now A dash will be here, C dash will be here, and B dash will be here. You can see that A dash, B dash, C dash will be transposed just in opposite manner. Similarly for the remaining. Now if we know the spacing between the conductors, say height is h, vertical distance is h, and horizontal distance is d, then we can find out this m and n in terms of h and d. So they are available. Now you see, we want to find out inductance of the this line. Now we can assume that per phase, the current per phase is, say A phase is I capital A. Then obviously the IA dash will be equal to IA dash if the conductors are symmetrical. will be equal to Ia by 2. Then there will be an unnecessarily two terms in the expression. To avoid that, we may assume that Ia, Ia dash both are carrying current equal to Ia. Then obviously in that case, I capital A is equal to twice Ia. Have you understood? So if the system is electrically balanced, the sum is twice Ia, twice Ib and twice Ic is 0, or I capital A plus I capital B plus I capital C is 0. Understood? Systems here the conductors are not placed symmetrically, but electrically they are balanced. I shall not give any more entry. So conductors are not spaced symmetrically, but the currents, the electrical systems are balanced. That means there is no neutral current, summation of phase currents are 0. So that's why twice Ia, twice Ib, twice Ic are summation of these are 0. Here I have done with the flux linkage approach to make you conversant with this. You must try this with GMD GMR approach. If you practice, then you will see GMD GMR approach is more easier than the flux linkage approach. Then flux linkage in, when we use flux linkage approach, then we have to find out flux linkage of each conductor or subconductor for each position. In case of transposition, then we have to make the average, because throughout the length of the line, the occupy the but that particular conductor will occupy any particular position for one third length only. So, so effective flux linkage will be average of all those inductance for three different positions. Now, flux linkage in conductor A. I have written conductor, that you may write subconductor. Conductor means conductor A and conductor A dash in phase A. Flux linkage in conductor A for position 1. So position 1 is this one. We just concentrate here. Then obviously for there are in A phase there are two currents, one through A, another to A dash. For A it is Ia ln 1 by DAA. So Ia ln 1 by R dash. I have directly written. Now we are finding out flux linkage in this conductor for others. So if we find out for A dash, then current is A dash ln into 1 ln 1 by distance between A and A dash. So it is here N. Similarly for B conductor, this is the B. So for B, we are finding out flux linkage in conductor A, small a. Then current is IB and distance between ln will be distance between A and B. So ln 1 by H. In this way, IB is ln 1 by M. Similarly, IC is ln 1 by 2 twice H. Why? IC is here, C is here and A is here. So distance is 1 by twice H, and for C dash, distance is only D. So it is IC ln 1 by D. Have you understood this expression of psi A1?
Ma'am,
Yes.
here you have written IA ln 1 by n. It should be IA dash ln 1 by n.
No, initially I have written in previous page that I dash the conductors are similar. So we are assuming
Oh,
that IA
actually,
dash
yes.
equal to IA equal to
Okay, okay.
IA dash and IA are equal. Okay.
Okay,
But
ma'am. Okay,
it is
ma'am.
better to write, you can write this one. Why I have told you to sit with pen and paper, because for this type of, for this paper, it is better if you write with me. Otherwise, it will be not fruitful actually. Similarly, I am not reading out all this. Reading out of these equations are useless, I think. So you just write yourself. Seeing this figure, you write yourself this equation after the class and check with these equations. Then verify yourself that whether you are able to write the expressions or not. Okay, for that only that formula is sufficient that I have taught you in first class, that flux linkage in any conductor within a group of conductors where summation of all currents are 0. Here it is applicable. It is a group of conductors where summation of all currents are 0. So you do it yourself. Now, if we get all these three expressions, then we can make psi average. So, psi average means average of these three flux linkages. So, if we proceed in this way, this I am not explaining, as I shall give you the PPT, the PDF of this PPT. So, finally, you will get that the logarithmic term with IB and IC are same. So we can common that logarithmic term. So the product term will come IB plus IC. In that case, with this IB plus IC, we can replace by minus IA because system is electrically balanced. So IB plus IC equal to minus IA. Then we can get average flux linkage in terms of IA. Understood? So if we get a flux linkage in terms of IA, then our purpose is served. Then you make just psi A by IA to find out inductance. That's why I have told psi A by IA, it is the inductance of the conductor A. That is one conductor in phase A. So what will be total inductance of phase A? Parallel combination of the two conductors, inductance of those two conductors. So inductances are similar. So actually two inductance of L suffix small a are in parallel. So it is La by 2. So inductance of the line. So right one just note one thing. When I have written inductance of phase A, then I have written Henry per meter. Now inductance of phase A, phase B, phase C will be same if we use same conductor, similar type of spacing. So in that case, when this expression is applicable for phase B and phase C also, so we can write LB also this one, LC also this one, or in short, this will be the inductance per phase of that line. So if we write inductance of the line, then we must mention Henry per meter per phase, okay, or Henry millihenry per phase per kilometer if we replace 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 by 0.2. So your task is you find out the same expression using GMT GMR approach. You will see if you use GMT GMR approach, you need maximum 1 page to derive it, right? And you can do it very easily. So do it yourself. So next is, this is one part. Next part, we shall do some numerical, we shall discuss some numerical problem. Here I am discussing some numerical problem. You practice this type of problem from any textbook. So in this example, this is the example 1 where we want to find out inductance of a single phase overhead transmission line. So overhead transmission line, but the go conductor and return conductors are not similar. They are different. They are not generally happen, but this is a specific example for academic purpose so that we can understand how we can apply the GMD GMR or we can solve it. So at first we can find out a R dash for the go conductor, for the conductors in for the go path or forward path. RA, R dash, RA dash, RB dash, RC dash, all will be same because these are similar conductor of 2.5 millimeter radius, and self GMD of subconductors in B. So they are also same, I think 2, 3 or 5. Where is it? 5 millimeter radius. So we can find out this one. Always you find out, express the R's in meter. It is my suggestion because distances will be in meter. Otherwise, we have to convert everything in centimeter. So because these are generally in centimeter radius, so that then the digits will be more longer, I think. Anyway, you can do anything. Then what is the self GMD or GMR of the conductor A or the for this forward path? There are, first from A, we can find out mutual up to B and C. So A, B, A, C. Then from B to mutual, mutual to other within that conductor. So B A, B B, and B C. Similarly, C A, C B, C C. You just put the values. So there are 9 distances to the power 1 by 9. So we can calculate. So in that way, what will be the mutual distance? We can find out the cell for the conductor B itself. So for B, there are 2 conductors. So there will be four mutual distance, four self distances. So DD, DE, ED and EE. Can you follow me?
Yes, ma'am.
So just you put it and put the values, get the result. Now this is the these values. Now these distances are required to find out the mutuals. This one and this one will be same. Now this one, these two are required, is not it? So these two have to find out. Then it is find out. Then what is the mutual distance? Mutual distance from conductor A. So AD, AE, right? BD, BE, CD, CE. So six mutual distances. So six mutual distances 1 by 6. Just you calculate. Now here when we are calculating from conductor A, then there are three subconductors within it. Okay. Here it is 2. So we shall get 3 into 2, 6 mutual distances. Similarly, when we are calculating from for conductor B, there are two subconductors or conductor in forward path. Then we have to calculate three distances for each conductor. So both the case there will be six mutual distances. So we can calculate mutual distances for once. So just DMA we can write it equal to DMB. But you should practice in this way. When you write DMA, just not here you write DMA equal to DMB, because you will see in three-phase transmission line it may change. So always you practice that, you find out DMA. Then you think that whether DMA will be equal to DMB or not. Then you write equal to DMB, not before that, because it is not it cannot be ensured every time. In three-phase line, it may change. What why I have discussed here. So inductance for go conductor 0.2 ln dm by ds we can calculate. Similarly, inductance for return conductor 0.2 ln dm by ds. Now for single phase 2L line, it is go path, this is the return path. So what will be the conductance of the path? This inductance of the, sorry, what is the inductance of the path? This is inductance of the forward path plus inductance of the backward return path. So in that way, total inductance of the line is LA plus LB. So we can get this one, right? Similarly, I have given two example, only put the formula, get the result that type. I have given the answer, you do it yourself. I am not explaining anything about it. If answer does not match, you cannot do, you tell me in the next class. Next is three phase line. Okay. This is 400 volt three phase 50 Hz line. Now one more thing. Here, say you have calculated inductance of the line. Now if you know the frequency, I hope you can calculate inductive reactance of the line X. Now you must remember that we are calculating inductance Henry per kilometer or millihenry per kilometer, whatever. So whatever inductive reactance you are getting, that is per kilometer basis. If you multiply it by the length of the line, then only you will get the total inductance of the line. So 400 kV three phase 50 Hz line. Here it is written that there are two conductors in each phase. Okay, these conductors are bundled conductor actually. So this each conductor carries 50% of the phase current. What does it mean? That means each conductor, two conductors, each are carrying 50%. So I by 2, I by 2. So they are carrying same current. They are similar type of conductor. Assume full transposition. You must remember GMD GMR formula we can apply only if there be full transposition in three-phase transmission line. So if it is not mentioned, you must write assuming full transposition. You are doing this. Okay, you must write that one. Diameter of each conductor is that we need radius. So if diameter is given, you must convert it into radius. Then compute inductance capacitance per phase per kilometer. All the problem I have discussed that has come in the semester examination. The problems are very similar to each other. So if you practice from any book, you can do it. It has come in semester 2015. Now it is given that between you can see in between intermediate point of A dash and B dash, the distance is 6 meter, and nothing is mentioned in between B and C. That means that here also distance is 6 meter, otherwise it will be mentioned, right? This again 6 meter. If it is not mentioned, then you can say that their distance between them are same. Then we have to calculate GMR at first. So two conductors, their spacing are same. So GMR of each phase will be same. So we can calculate for any one of the phase. So A dash, A dash, A dash, and A. So it's simply there will be 2R dash and two distances between the conductors. So 2R dash, that means 2R dash will be multiplied, and 2.5, so 0.5 into 0.5, and to the power 1/4, because for two conductor in each phase there will be 4 self distances. So to the power 1/4 we can calculate that. Now mutual calculation. For mutual, from each conductor there will be 4 mutual distances. So for two conductor there will be 8 mutual distances. Let us find out mutual distances between A and B at first. So A B dash, A dash B, A dash B dash. Similarly A C dash, A dash C, A dash C dash. Then you can calculate this one, just this one. Here since the distance are same, that means here if we do in that way, then BC, 1 minute. Now you see here, whatever be the AB, that will be BC or B dash C dash, B dash C in that way. So if we want to write out the expression to find out mutual distances from C, this will be similar type to this, because this conductor is placed at a particular position, at a corner position, this conductor also at another corner position. So DMA will be equal to DMC, but this will not be equal to DMB, because for B phase, DA dash B dash, DA dash B dash is equal to B dash C dash. But it was not the case for phase A. DA dash B dash is not equal to DA dash C dash, right? DA dash B dash was 6 and DA dash C dash was 12, right? So DA dash B, DMB mutual distances of from phase B will not be same. Anyway, we can calculate it by following the distances. So if we get all the mutual distances, we have to take the geometric mean of this. Why? Actually, we had to take the geometric mean of all the mutual distances. But we have, for the ease of our computation, we have calculated mutual distances for per phase separately. Then we have to calculate the for mutual distances for all the phases. So there are 3 mutual distances. So there will be 3 geometric mean will be to the power 1/3, because always there is geometric mean. So DM will be this one. Otherwise, what would happen? You have to write all these 8 distances along all the 24 distances here, and you have to make 1 by 24. So 1 by 24 is equal to 1/3 into 1 by 8. Understood that? Have you
Yes,
understood?
ma'am.
You must practice it. So alternatively, you can find out mutual distances in that this way also. In book, it may be in this way. In some book, the first find out all mutual distances between AB. So DAB, DAB, AB dash, A dash B, A dash B dash. So 1/4. Similarly, DBC and DCA. So again, there are 3 distances. You make geometric mean of that to get the mutual, to get the GMD. So you will get both, in both the it will be same. In some book, it is approached in this way. Whatever you feel comfortable, you can do. So inductance per phase, L equal to 0.2 ln dm by ds. Since we have used geometric mean approach, then we have to think about parallel combination of subconductors. So you can find it one. I have written inductance per phase. So I have written 0.9591 millihenry per kilometer. If I write inductance of the line, then we must write 0.9591 millihenry per phase per kilometer. Now, if it is asked, then find out the inductance for a 100 km length of the line, then obviously it will be 0.95.91 millihenry per phase. Then kilometer will not be there. Okay. So in this way, you answer according to the problem given. Similarly, let us go for another example which is very common, that system is not balanced. Neutral is carrying some current. Okay. Now you see the currents are, if you make the currents, summation of currents are 0, right? But currents are not balanced, right? In that way. In that case, there will be an EMF induced in the neutral, right? Now say this is the configuration of the line. Now IA, IB, IC is this one. So neutral current is 0 and IC equal to minus IA plus IB. Now you see, if we want to find out flux linkage in conductor A, conductor in any conductor, then we have to find out, we have to use this formula. Now here, since the current summation of current of all these three phases is 0, so neutral is not carrying this current, any current. So this is 0. IN is 0, so this portion will be 0, but this portion will exist. Just you put the value, we shall get this expression, and unit of flux linkage will be Weber turn per meter, as we are calculating per meter length, right? So when we multiply it by length of the line, then we shall get net EMF induced in the neutral wire. Now you must remember that voltage equal to inductive reactance into current. Inductive reactance we can write omega into L into I. Now L is psi by I. So simply, without calculating inductance, using flux linkage, we can calculate potential developed. So simply j omega into omega by I, or psi by I into I, that is j omega psi. So if we multiply this by omega, we can get the EMF induced in the neutral wire. So we can get this. So this will be volt. Why it is coming? Because currents are not symmetrically spaced. They are not 120-degree phase apart. For that reason, they may be numerically summation of them may be 0, but they are not 120-degree out of phase. Again, from then it is asked to find out the inductive flux linkage and voltage induced in neutral wire and voltage drop in phase A. So how we can find out voltage drop in phase A? You just find out flux linkage in phase A. Then you can find out inductive drop in phase A. That will be the voltage drop in phase A. So the same approach. Instead of psi n, we have to find out psi A. Now IN is again 0. We just put the values, right? So similarly, VA is j omega psi AT. So V will be this one, right? So in that way we can calculate. Understood? Have you understood this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next is resistance of the line. We have not calculated resistance of the, we have not discussed about resistance of the line till now. So resistance in case of AC application, there are two type of resistance, DC resistance and AC resistance. What is DC resistance? If AB is a conductor, if you apply a potential difference across it, and if you measure the current and voltage drop across it, then whatever resistance will calculate, that will be VDC by IDC. So this is called DC resistance. So DC resistance you can calculate from the physical quantity of the material of the conductor also, are equal to rho into L by A. But when AC current flows through the conductor, then its resistance also change due to AC application. Current, that is called, the effect is called skin effect. What is that? Current try to concentrate on the outer side of the conductor, as flux linkage and inductance is more in the inner side. Why? We know this expression psi I equal to this one. So summation of it depends on how many flux linkage in any conductor depends on how many other conductors are nearby. Say here, instead of I1, I2 up to In number of conductors are there. If n is 2, then psi I will be less if as compared to if the n is 5. Understood? Because summation term will be reduced. Now you see if psi I is this one. Now if you consider any position at the towards the center of the conductor, say conductor A or one of the A conductor. Now this A is surrounded by all the conductor itself. This A you may consider also this cross section bigger circle you may consider as a solid conductor also. So solid conductor we may assume A as a number of subconductors in this way that I have assumed. So any inner portion if we assume, then there are several subconductors surrounding it. As compared to if you consider any portion at the outer side, the number of subconductors surrounding is less. So obviously, if the number of conductors is less, then flux linkage will be lesser. So for that reason, for these isolated conductors, isolated means there is no other conductor nearby. Psi A equal greater than psi B. Now psi A greater than psi B, if the flux linkage is more, then L will be more, then inductive reactance will be more, then current will be less. So current will not be uniformly distributed throughout the length of the conductor, right? So if the current is not uniformly distributed throughout the length of the conductor, then what happened? Loss is increased. If loss is increased, that we may represent mathematically by increment in resistance. That means due to change in due to application of AC current, due to flow of AC current through the system, actually resistance of the conductor increases. That means when a conductor is operating at AC, it will offer more resistance as compared to DC. When the current density or distribution of current is not uniform throughout the cross section. But if the cross section is like this, very small, like this, then the non-uniformity will be less. In that case, the non-uniformity will be less. So it will offer less difference in between the less difference in resistance as compared to its DC resistance. That's why we cannot go beyond a particular cross section of the conductor. So if the system demands higher size of conductor, higher cross section of the conductor, it may not be possible. That's why we go for double circuit line also. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Do you have any query? I think
Ma'am, will
no.
you send this PDF?
Yes, I always send. I have sent the previous PDF also. Have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Please leave the meeting.